Orleans Casino parking lot, oversized parking, bunch of trucks. So I'm getting ready to go shopping, and then I said, look at people throwing garbage. These truckers, they should be a little more, a little more courtesy. Don't make garbage. Oh. You know how the boxers, UFC fighters, they have a song when they're entering arena, the ring, they play that song. Well, often when I going to casino and on this long walk from the garage or back door parking, I hear Mac the Knife. That's my song. With that song, I'm entering the casino. Mac the Knife. Who's Mac? Let me tell you the story. And that's related to my top 5.
1 hour later.
Wow, really short session. 53 minutes plus 257. It's not about that. It's that my right shoulder, I bumped it and it hurts so much that I even couldn't handle the chips and cards. So I decided to leave before I get impatient. Short session. I had 2 good hands and I witnessed 3 all-in pots. So good game, but I cannot stay. When I went to poker room, they were opening new table and I was first at the table, nobody there. I put my card there, got the chips from the dealer, and I went to get ice cream. By the time I ate ice cream, because you cannot eat at a table, I came back, there's already 4 players and they started the game. I sat down. First hand, pocket jacks. Guy on my right is under the gun and he raises 12. I make it 35. Didn't want other limpers. Everybody folds. He waits for a while and calls. I started with 300, so I have 3 stacks. Flop was something like 7-4 deuce. He checks. I push what's left of the stack, and that's $65. I was pretty sure he's folding. He called. I was thinking put him on some even ace king if you want. The turn was against small card, maybe 3. Not even scary board, nothing. He checks. I push my 200 because there's already 200 in a pot. He thinks for a while and so I pick up their $100. Just maybe 1 or 2 orbits later, I look at pocket aces. Before that hand, there were 2 hands in a row, all ins. This guy on my right and 2 seats down on the left, and then these 2 guys on my left, both of them. So one had a rebuy. And hand after that, he got money back from the other guy. It was crazy. And I said, okay, good game. This is going to be juicy, but this hurts. I had to leave. So I look at pocket aces. I said, okay, let me play this. And I was big blind. And goes around, guy on my right, the same one, makes it 12. I'm thinking, what's going to be now? He has to call because he's going to think I'm messing with him. So I make it 35 again. He calls. I'm telling you, must be his head because it's the same thing. Why am I raising every time when he raises? Like I'm using the position or something. I don't know what's in his head, but so he called. We see the flop 6, 7, 8. I again make 65. The rest of my stack from $100. I just push it, slide it in. He didn't wait. He called. I said, oh my God. But I had to put him on something like ace king, some valuable hand, pocket 8s. Would you call for a 35 pre-flop? Turn is 9. He checks. I bet 105, and he doesn't hesitate to call. Oh, I said, I'm fried here. But basically, the board paired. He checks. I push the rest, whatever is left of my chips, because I have 200, and pot is 400. He mucks. What do you put him on? I'm pretty sure he called pre-flop 35, maybe just because. But then calling 65 on a flop and 105 on a turn, I don't know. Anyways, I have 600 and I lasted couple orbits more and then I left. Just before I left goes this hand. Again, that guy on my right, he raises 12. I fold because I have nothing. Guy on my left, he re-raised 45. Player in seat 1, he calls 45. Comes to original razor guy on my right, and he makes it 150. Huh. Kid on my left that re-raised folds. I was surprised. I was sure he's gonna go all in. He folds, but player in seat 1 calls. Now I'm puzzled completely. How do they play that game? So he can call 45. He cannot raise himself, like to squeeze maybe the original razor for $12. No, he just calls, and then when there's another re-raise, 150, he calls even that. Flop comes, King 5-7, Rainbow. I think they check the flop, turn is 10. Guy in seat 1 slides 2 stacks, he has about 210, he's all in. Player on my right, happy to call, like beat him in a pot. River is 7 of spades, they show. Seat 1 has 10-9 of spades. Pocket queens to win the big pot. 10-9 of spades is good for 45 pre-flop on 3-bet, and then on 4-bet for 150. You deserve to lose all that. You deserve, you should even throw your credit card in a pot. What a donkeys. And I'm sitting there with the pain, cannot take it. Pick up my chips and leave. So top 5 today are my top 5 versions of the song Make the Knife. Number 1 must be Bobby Darin. I have on number 2 Louis Armstrong. Every song Louis Armstrong does must be great. He did it first in 55, and Bobby Darin did like maybe 59, but everybody agrees that's the ultimate version. It's in a swing style, and Bobby Darin had big success, made that song to be a standard. Absolutely everybody has to sing it and record it. The song is on the best top 5 songs of Rolling Stones magazine, best song ever, whatever you want. All records, it was number 1 on Billboard for like 9 weeks. Bobby Darin, number 1. I already said number 2, Louis Armstrong. I mean, Satchmo. I mean, he's just the way he pronounced words and how he sounds. Number 3, Ella Fitzgerald, another jazz legend. I read somewhere that like in 1960, she's performing in Berlin, in Germany. She forgets completely words and starts making it up on her own at the spot. So she kind of knows the story, but couldn't remember the lyrics, block. And she just makes it. That's what the jazz is, improvisation. Even singers have to improvise with lyrics. Number 4, I'm gonna put not even 20-year-old Anne Margaret. I found on YouTube recently video of her some screening test, and it's called personality test, and she was singing this, making faces. She's famous for doing something with her mouth, like, and ends up with teeth, but she sings so good that I even didn't know she's a singer. I just thought she's a cute little actress that Elvis Presley liked. Excellent. She has a swing in her. She has a swing. And number 5, one more female singer, that's Lotte Lenya. Lotte sings the original German version. She's the wife of the composer that made the song. It's interesting just to hear it. It's really not my favorite, but it's interesting to hear the original. So I created a playlist, and you can, even I put it down in description if you're interested, you can see all these versions. I'm gonna also mention Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey was so obsessed with Bobby Darin that he made that movie. Without Kevin Spacey, there wouldn't be movie Beyond the Sea. That's all his. So he was singing in the movie by himself, and it doesn't sound good. So that's, And also I want to mention one of the, for me, so plain and dumb versions. It's by Frank Sinatra. I mean, he recorded this really late, like 1984, with Quincy Jones, who's one of the greatest arrangers and music producers and whatever you want. but Frank sounds so plain. Somebody said this somewhere, or I read it article, that Sinatra, never mind how good singer he is, he can surround himself with the best jazz musicians, but he is not jazz singer. And that's why he sounds so plain in this song. So I'm mentioning him like a bad version. Even Quincy Jones did arrangement and put a band together. Now, who's Mac? Well, it is interesting because Mac is actually fictional character. So sometimes at the end of 20s, I think 1928, German composer, I think it's Kurt Weill or something like that, and Bertolt Brecht, who is a big theater name in Germany and wrote some famous plays, they wrote three penny opera and based it on Captain McHeath, who was 200 years before that the main character in another opera written in 1727 and titled The Beggar's Opera. Main character of both those operas is Captain McHeath, Mac, pimp, he steals, kills people, carries the knife, and Captain McHeath is just a legend, not a real character, but it's based on the real character Jack Sheppard. Jack Sheppard was the real character, like Robin Hood of 18th century. Jack Sheppard was born 1702 and lived only 22 years of his young life. When he was 19, he started stealing, robbing people, and he got arrested together with his girlfriend. And they were put in jail, but they escaped. He immediately continued robbing people, stealing, got arrested again, escaped again. So basically, I think 3 times he was arrested and escaped in jail. The last time, they put a ball and chain on his legs so he wouldn't be able to run away. In just short period of time of 1 year in London, he became so famous that people were coming to see him like an attraction. So for some, he was a Robin Hood. For some, he was just a murderer. At his last arrest, they just hanged him. Lived only 22 years. So he's the base 3 years later for a character, Captain McHeath, in The Beggar's Opera. 200 years later, in Germany, they take that same character and make 3 penny opera. There was also some off-Broadway production of that. And like I said, first one to record the song was Louis Armstrong. But Bobby Darin made it famous. Actually, I read somewhere that they even didn't want to play Louis Armstrong's song on the radio and stuff because they were thinking it's going to produce some violence for the gangs and, I don't know, give them the idea because song is so, happy rhythm, but it talks about killing people. People laying down on the street, oozing life and stuff. So who are the characters and names mentioned in the song? I'm not sure. Did I read that some article on internet or it was YouTube video, and somebody was asking, well, who's Suki Tardy, Lucy Brown and stuff, the names that are mentioned in the song. And I remember some guy said, oh, those are all characters from the New Orleans, like Louis Armstrong pick up their names on the street. No, those are original names, English names, because Captain McHeath and the whole story is like in London, even it's German opera, so it's originally used in a song for the opera, written in German. And that's the version you can see that Lati Lenya, who's my number 5, sings. So the names like Jenny Diver, Lucy Brown, Suki Tardy, they are all prostitutes, and Captain McHeath is their pimp. Lati Lenya was entered in the song in that off-Broadway production, and she is actually the wife of the composer Kurt Weill, or Weill, what's his name? She's Austrian, German. You can hear, Jenny Diver, Suki Tardy, Miss Lati Lenya, and Lucy Brown. Oh, the line forms on the right, babe, now that Mac is back in town. So Mac is back, his girls are going to work for him, and people are coming. So in the middle verse it says, now did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe. After drawing out all his earned cash. So somebody made him draw all money from ATM, and now McHeath is spending like a sailor. Couldn't be our boy done something rash. So Louis Miller disappeared, so he was customer there for probably horse, and then McHeath robbed him, and who knows, throw him in the river somewhere. Now we go to the beginning of the song. The shark babe has such a teeth, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has McHeath babe, and he keeps it out of sight. So he keeps his knife in the back pocket. So that's the story about Mac the knife. And if you're looking at this, my new shirt, well, it's a part of my new clothing line. And the Bruce model, actually, my buddy Randy, I want to talk about him, came last night from Seattle. That man is crazy. He contacted me like 6-7 months ago, and he's watching my YouTube videos since I was up there in Seattle playing in Tulalip. That's his casino that's closed. November last year they closed. He contacted me. We talked about poker. I gave him some material to study, improve his game. Then March came, Chinese virus, and they closed Las Vegas. I don't know when was in May or June when they opened Las Vegas. He was there the first day when they opened it. He texted me, I'm going to Vegas, they're opening first day. I said, why would you go now? He wants so bad to play, so he jumps on the plane from Seattle, goes, plays 3 days in Las Vegas. He came last night about landed here 8:30. He came to visit me and brought me the present. Then we went played a couple hours at the Orleans, and then he went off. He had some other friends. He went played the whole night, and at 6 a.m. he had fly back to Seattle. He came from Seattle just for one night of poker. That man loves poker, I have to tell you. And story is, he was up $100 at the Orleans and few $100 at Hollywood where they played. So good trip. Probably paid off the ticket. So thanks Randy for the shirt. The Bruce. All right, so I have here Randy from Seattle. Just flew in, crazy man. Landed at 8:30 and leaving at 3 o'clock. He came just for 5 hours.
6 in the morning.
Oh, 6.
6 a.m. flight.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Then all night poker.
Yeah.
And he got me a present t-shirt. Let's see. Oh. Good idea.
Everybody's going to know who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
The Bruce is here. Watch
Great.
out. Yeah.
All right. So next step is shots in RV. Doing shots. This is it's Serbian, but you see it tastes really good.
Yeah.
It's plum brandy. We call it plum brandy. It's called actually šljivovica. That's our word. Let's do it. Welcome.
Let's do it.
And let's do the damage tonight.
There we go. Cheers. Not bad. Not bad.
What do you mean not bad?
Not bad. I mean, I can feel.
We feed babies with that.
Where you're from?
Serbia, yeah.
Yeah. Is that what they have for breakfast?
Sure, yeah. No, really. You wake up, you do this before coffee.
Yeah?
Before coffee.
That makes sense. I mean, I can.
Okay, sit down for a few. We have to also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
One more.
So it doesn't look like stingy. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, it's always fun meeting people that commenting on my videos and wish me good luck on a felt. So meeting Randy was really a pleasure. So for now, adios and see you at the felt.